Hi all, welcome to the final whistle, and the results have gone quite good for Leicester. Leeds losing today against West Ham, Everton dropping points against Wolves, and it looks like it's in the Foxes' hands. But is it? That is the question. The Foxes travel to Tyneside as the relegation fight goes on. Or shall we say it continues? You know, there was talk about if Leeds won, then if we lose to Newcastle, we're relegated. But we cannot be relegated even if we lose to Newcastle on Monday night. But this one is an absolute massive game. And will Leicester be able to spoil the Champions League party, what Newcastle have got planned for Monday night? Who knows? Football's a funny game, but yeah, realistically, Newcastle very good side and very dominant on form. And yeah, we've got to attack, we've got to fight, and yeah, we've got to show everything tomorrow. But yeah, we can't really be too open because we know what Newcastle are capable of at home. They've got a very good home record, and yeah, they're very dangerous. But we're going to talk about the game. We're going to be joined by John Sinclair TV. My man's going to be joining me very shortly. We'll be talking about the game, Newcastle versus Leicester. A very difficult task for the Foxes tomorrow night at St James's Park, and what a game it's going to be. Let's get the comments in. Let's see who's in. K-Soon, good evening, mate. LCFC for life, hello. Evening, Jack lad, hello. Hi, Jack, you're okay? As long as it's mathematically possible, I hope it's positive. There's hope. There's optimism as well, but yeah, in the fans' minds, you know, Newcastle's not the ideal fixture we want, but yeah, it's not over yet. We can still do it, says Mike. George got really lucky with the West Ham result, mate. Yeah, the WSL now goes to the last game of the season for WSL safety, and yeah, it's still in our hands. Let's be honest. Mike, yeah, Wolves was that game. I'm only 20 more subs away from 5,000, so please help me reach this, please. Go and check out John Sinclair TV. Go and subscribe to his channel. It's really much appreciated. Tyler's in. How are you, mate? I'm going West Ham next Sunday for the men. Evening all. Reenie's in as well. How are you, Reenie? Time for battlers, not bottlers. This is it. See you in Newcastle. Appreciate that. L Stapleton, welcome to the channel, mate. Hope you're well. Yeah, this one is a big game. And yeah, let's get the man himself in and get the opposition view as well. Mr. John Sinclair. John, how are you, mate?
Good evening to you, Jack. Thanks for having us on, mate. And I've been quite busy today. I've done 2 streams today. I've done the Global Mag this morning, and the Ethiopia fan came on. Fantastic guy. And I've done the preview with Chris, LTID, and I've also done it with Louise. And had a good day today.
Very good, John. John, firstly, mate, welcome back to the channel. How you been since last time we spoke? Are you good?
You know what? I'm feeling great. I mean, loving life in a minute, my guy. I'm loving life since the last time I spoke to you. And I think it was Christmas time, close to Boxing Day. And, you know, I mean, I went to Kim Power, and your people are fantastic. The fans' atmosphere is brilliant. And, you know, Jack, who was at Ant's Leicester channel, showed us around. Great guy. And had a fantastic time. And since then, we've just gone strength to strength. Winning games, defending properly, and look, Eddie Howe's done a fantastic job for us. So, yeah, fantastic.
Callum says we got a point at Newcastle. If we can do it, you can. It's not as easy as that, mate. Let's be honest. I'm not confident ahead of tomorrow's game. results went for us this weekend with Leeds losing, Everton dropping points. So it's in the Foxes' hands, but we've got an ever so difficult task with a very big hill to climb. It's St. James's Park. Or shall I say the stairs to the away end, John? John, talk to me. Tell everyone where they can find you, mate, and what you do for Newcastle United.
Thank you. Thank you. I should tell you that right away. I mean, I've got plenty of socials to go on. I've got TikTok, Twitch, Facebook, on YouTube, John Sinclair TV. And also I go on Insta. I see John Sinclair 50 is a bit small, but it's John Sinclair 50 on small letters. And also John_NEFC 42 on Twitter. And if you follow us, I will follow you back. And I do the live previews, reviews. I do the watch along, doing it tomorrow night. I do player ratings. I do Global Mag as well. Just started to do the Global Mag show and Toon Talk and transfer talk as well. So yeah, it's all there, and I'm enjoying life, man.
Fantastic. Guys, if you can, before we start the match preview, smash a like on the channel. Be really much appreciated. Subscribe to the channels as well. It'd be appreciated. Let's get the numbers up. Let's get the like targets up. We'll set the like target as 10 likes, John. Let's see if we can beat that tonight, mate. Quite a lot of people in. So smash them likes, guys. Appreciate that. John, thoughts on your season, mate? We'll obviously get into Newcastle and Leicester later on, but talk to me about Newcastle, John. I mean, the owners took over. You've brought in Trippier, you've brought in Dan Burn, you've brought in Botman, you've brought Nick Pope in. Gomares came last season, didn't he? You brought in quite a lot of good players, Isaac as well. How is that team transpired under Eddie Howe, John? I mean, surely this is a dream, isn't it? On the brink of Champions League football, mate.
Absolutely. I mean, look, at the end of the day, right? I mean, Eddie Howe's come in, right? I mean, people from what you have to realise that Eddie Howe was also everyone's choice. I mean, most people took Unai Emery, but he turned us down for some reason unknown. But look, Eddie Howe came in and he's come in and done the job. I mean, I didn't know what to expect. He's a bright young man just going to come into the game. He took a year out. He went to learn from other managers like Diego Simeone for Atletico Madrid and the way they play football, this and that and t'other. And when he came back, he implanted on the way style of play. So he comes in, he totally changed Joe Linton's career, right? And basically, right, he's gone from a 40 million flop up front into a midfield dynamo as well. In midfield, he's a beast in the midfield, yeah. That guy, he presses. He never used to do that under Steve Bruce. Never, yeah. He was just didn't want to chase, whatever. And this guy was absolutely brilliant. Jacob Murphy, I mean, can't diss him, by the way. I think he's been fantastic. I mean, he improved on Eddie Howe. Sean Longstaff, badly missed him, by the way. He's one of our key players as well. But we look at it, right? I mean, we are defending properly. We're not conceding much scores in that. But look, Sven Botman's coming for 35 million quid. That guy is a Rolls Royce of the defender. Yeah, he hasn't dodged a performance for it, but he was back to his best. Dan Burn, I mean, plays a left back. He's done a good job there. The problem is he cannot play ball ass sort of thing. Like, he's not quick enough to play ball ass. But he's done well this season, Dan Burn. I mean, I'm being very impressed with him. Trippier, a proper leader. Fabian Schär, another one. He just couldn't get on with Steve Bruce. He's got back to his best. And we definitely need a centre back, by the way. Leslie in the chat, she's one of my mods as well, but she loves and adores Fabian Schär. So if I upset him, she had words of us as well. But look, at the end of the day, he's doing good. He's doing good. Bruno Guimaraes, that guy is a baller. That guy, if he make things happen, Newcastle gets going. If he gets going, Newcastle gets going. Yeah, he's been fantastic. He really, really has. I mean, last couple of games, he's been poor. I can't lie. He's been really poor. But the other night, I thought he's been really good. And like I said, Joe Linton, a beast in midfield. He's a box-to-box midfielder, covers Effie, great at grass, that guy. And Miguel Almiron had a wonderful game. I thought he played well, but he's not as injured now. But when he's not injured, you see the best of Miggy. I think he's been fantastic. I mean, second half of the season has been great. However, he's been great on Thursday. And Isak, I tell you what, this guy is absolutely brilliant. I mean, for me, I think he's better up front on the right side of midfield. On the left side, I think he's wasted. He really has been wasted. But for me, I love to see Isak up front again. And Callum Wilson, I mean, a couple months ago, I said he wasn't good enough. 1 goal, 1 assist in 3 months. That's poor. But he scored 18 goals this season. That because he had COVID during the World Cup, he hasn't been the same player. However, he is back to his best. And I tell you what, he's up there. He really is. 18 goals for a 31-year-old, right? And, you know, people say he's like a run-of-the-mill striker. No, he's not. He is quality. And he's the reason why we're going to get 3rd or 4th place this season in Champions League. I mean, look, Eddie Howe has turned that club around, yeah?
Yeah,
he's
massive.
Football the way he plays football, actually, right? And we get about 20 shots at goal attempts every game. That is fantastic. For a club like us, right? I mean, look, he's going to take us to the top. And I'll tell you now, right? Next season, right? I think he'll be challenging for a title next season. I really do. Because we got the players who can do that. Big up Red Men, by the way.
Yep. John, the ethic that Eddie Howe has brought to this Newcastle side, I mean, it's been brilliant, hasn't it? The fight, the passion, the attack, the way they pressure teams who's playing out from the back. I've seen it at Leicester with the way Newcastle have played. You know, we're not that sort of team who handle that sort of pressure, but Eddie Howe, he was written off, wasn't he? By some of the football fans, you could say neutrals. But what was your actual predictions, John, for Newcastle at the start of the season, mate? Where did you realistically think Newcastle would finish to where they are now, mate? I mean, this Champions League dream of going to Milan and going places like that, surely it's on the agenda now, isn't it, for you to get that passport out, John, dust it down and go and make a trip of a lifetime with it. Newcastle have been fantastic this season, let's be honest. Playing some great football. You beat Brighton in the last game, 4-1. Brighton side who's rarely even conceded goals this season, to be honest. But yeah, Newcastle, they're a force. And it's like sometimes they play like bloody Manchester City, John, and you're thinking, do you know what I mean? You battered Spurs 6-1 at home. You're a side who's been scoring 4+ goals a game. How is that been transpired with Eddie Howe? How have they brought into that module that Eddie Howe wants them to play, John? Tell me. Come on.
All it is, right? All it is just the belief. He's come in and he's just giving the players a belief again, you know, trying to get our club back. And basically, right, he basically said, go out there and just go and just you're good players, go out there and just give your best shot. That's exactly what he's doing. I mean, he's adaptable. He's more like a 4-4-2 man, do you know what I mean? But he's played 4-3-3. He's been absolutely fantastic. I mean, he's bringing it back. He's making us entertain us. Yeah, I had someone today in the chat earlier today said that Kevin Keegan made us entertain us. Eddie Howe's going to make us earn the achievers, and he's absolutely right. But he has come in and he's given us that belief again. Give us, our fans, the way to play football, what we want. And he's gone out there and he has delivered. I mean, people say, like, oh, Eddie Howe's not the man to take us forward, yeah? Do you know what I mean? We need a bigger name.
He's a very underrated manager, Joe.
He is indeed. And you know what it is, right? I mean, people are saying that we should go after Don Carlo, Diego Simeone, yeah? Jose Mourinho, yeah? We're not going to get those kind of managers at all whatsoever. Do you know what I mean? We're not. Because we've got to be in Champions League on a regular basis, Jack. Do you know what I mean? That's the top and bottom line. We're not ready for that yet. But we don't need to change managers because Eddie Howe has done a fantastic job. He has been absolutely brilliant, right? I mean, the players are believing in him. Eddie believes in them, right? And they just go out there and just play football. We got good players there, Jack. We have got good players there, yeah? What he did when he came in, right? He looked to them a couple of months and said, right, okay, someone is going to have some arms, yeah? So he goes in there, he buys in Kieran Trippier, buys in Dan Burton, right? They needed to tighten up to the back. They need a midfield general, a creative midfielder like a Bruno G, right? He comes in. Then he goes and spends 25 million on Chris Wood, right? And I'm thinking, Oh, wait, Chris Wood, yeah. But when I heard 25 million, I'll be honest with you, Jack, I know the fell on me flipping stool when I heard that Chris Wood was 25 million quid. I know people's going to say, yeah, but because you've got to have to pay, we needed a striker, blah, blah, blah. I think at the time, we paid well over the odds of this guy, honestly. However, we got our money back, sold him to Forest for 19 million quid. So only made a 6 million loss. I thought that's smart piece of business, by the way. Yeah. I mean, Chris Wood, he gave it all. He was a part of the reason why we stayed up. Yeah. Causing nuisance. Yeah. Good at penalties, by the way. Then in the summer, I mean, he got in, like I said, Sven Botman. Neither a striker got Isak. Yeah. And we spent smartly and kept Dummett as well. Big up to you, Wayne, by the way. And big up to Matt Todd.
Yeah,
he did well on
for
loan,
Leeds today.
Yeah, he's not. I know. Sorry,
Mr.
Tom. Absolutely shambles. I mean,
it could be a really potential one for Leeds and Leicester to go down, Tom. If Leicester had not to beat Newcastle, I mean, it could all be into Everton's hands on the final day.
Absolutely.
It's a weird one. But
I'll tell you,
John, what was your actual prediction for Newcastle, mate, starting the season realistically? I mean, did you think you'd be anywhere near where you are now? I mean, this has been an unbelievable story, hasn't it? Let's be honest. I mean, Eddie Howe's come in, you're thinking, who? He's not the big name managers like Simeone's and that, and they're thinking, surely he won't get Newcastle to top four. Some fans were talking about top four, and some fans were like, nah, surely not. But, you know, Amanda spoke about it. She said she wants them to win the Premier League title at some point. She wants them to compete in the Champions League and all that. But it feels like it's come quickly, doesn't it, John? Like when Leicester won the league, and it's like, you know, you see it from afar, that sort of dream. But now it's come a reality, John. Where did you realistically think, mate, that you was actually going to finish at the start of the season?
Win a title, mate. Listen, realistically, top 8 and a cup run, and that's exactly what we've got. Fantastic. We got to the final in the final. Ed Howe's took us there, right? The draws was kind to us, by the way. I'm not going to lie. However, I mean, he got us the runners up in the competition, yeah. But on the day, I think we kind of froze at the end of the day. But on another day, another way, we didn't beat Man United. No problems at all. We beat them now, real talk, and that's been proved on April the 3rd. But for me, a cup run and top 8 this season. If we can get top 8 and progress on that, great. The bottom line is, right, anyhow, getting us 3rd at the minute is an absolute amazing achievement. Amazing achievement. If we win on tomorrow night, not only get Champions League, right, we're 3 points. Are we 3 points in front of United? 3 points in front of United now, are we?
I think so.
Well, if that's the case, then United's got 2 games in hand after we play tomorrow. They've got 2 home games, yeah. But I think finishing 3rd is absolutely amazing because I believe we beat Chelsea as well, by the way, as well. We'll beat Chelsea.
No, you and Man United are on the same points.
Are we on the same points, are we?
On the same amount of games.
Yeah, man. And it's just one of those things, you know what I mean? It's just absolutely crazy, my guy. Absolutely. But I think if we finish for the end of the season, I'm not saying if we do, I think that'd be brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. If we finish 4th, we finished 4th, but I'd rather finish 3rd.
It's been a successful season.
It has indeed, from top to bottom. I mean, you've got to say thanks to Eddie, Amanda. You've got to thank the owners.
It's good to see the fans enjoying their football again and loving their football club.
Absolutely. That's where you get 52,000
passion
every single week.
Good to see it back at St James's Park. You know, it's been missing.
Big up to everyone. Yeah, man. Big up to everyone.
John, let's talk about Leicester.
Yeah.
Before we get on to the game, let's talk about Leicester. Looking in from an opposition view, I mean, what is your thoughts on Leicester, John? I mean, they're 19th in the table. They're 3 points from safety. It's been a surprising season. Premier League fans would say they wouldn't have even had Leicester anywhere near the relegation zone. They're shocked to even see Leicester there. They would never have predicted Leicester there at that point. I'm sure you wouldn't have either with the quality that we've got. But looking in, John, what do you see's happened at Leicester? I mean, they've sacked Brendan Rodgers now. He's gone. They've brought in Dean Smith, and we're thinking, really? He's not a firefighter, is he, John? He's a team builder. He was always a team builder at Aston Villa. I don't think he's a saviour. But what's your initial thoughts on Leicester, John, looking in? Where do you actually think it's all gone wrong?
I think it's recruitment, and some of you didn't. Brendan Rodgers wasn't even backed in the summer, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with that football club. I don't know what's wrong. Why Leicester at the bottom, why they're struggling? Because you've got some good players, by the way. You really have. I mean, you got James Maddison, you got Harvey Barnes, you got Daka. I like Daka, by the way. And for me, the problem is, right? I mean, it's just how do I pull it, man? It's just
how did Gateshead get on, Tony? Let me know in the comments, mate.
I think we lost, mate.
Oh, did they?
I think we lost.
I know. Tony said he was going yesterday when I spoke to him. But no, I hope he enjoyed his day out. But yeah, John, Leicester.
Yeah.
Are you shocked that the club are in the position that they are? Did they deserve to go down, John? I mean, 22 Premier League defeats. They've been poor this season. The relegation battle's about fight, passion, desire, and commitment. I don't think the players have got none of that. No. Do you think the Foxes deserve to go down, John? Looking in from a new perspective.
For me, the table doesn't lie. And if you don't win enough games, then you have to go down, because at the end of the day, I'm not going to lie, because I think Leicester's been absolutely poor this season. I mean, Brendan Rodgers, if he's still there, I think they were wrong to sack, in my opinion. I think he should have kept in there. I think he should have done till the end of the season, start afresh then. But if you're going to get a manager in, then you have to get someone who's going to come in, is doing relegation dog fights before. Someone like a Sam Allardyce at Leeds, I think you had a better chance of using Rafa Benitez as well. Real talk, but the players there, you haven't got battlers in there at all. So you haven't got anyone who can tell the players and catch it, get in the scruff of their neck. That's what you need. You need fighters. You need someone's going to go out there and take the game to them. You ain't got that. I mean, James Maddison's been in a relegation dogfight. Harvey Barnes have been in a relegation dogfight. I mean, you're back four, right? Who is actually the leader? I think Johnny Evans.
We haven't got a leader on that pitch.
You got no leaders at all whatsoever.
Michael was the leader.
He was, and you let him go.
And when a leader leaves, you've got to have a good leader to replace. And Johnny Evans, he captained West Brom. But Johnny Evans is more in the bloody medical centre than he is on a football pitch. Do you get what I mean? And I think that's now his problem. Leicester, for me, have had a real poor season. I think we're in a mess from top to bottom. I do feel that we've took the finger off the button. Brendan should have gone sooner, in my opinion. But I respect everyone else's opinion. But the players, have they got their minds, John, now on a summer move? I mean, most of them are out of contract. Sionchu's going to Atletico Madrid. Amarty's going to AC Milan. I mean, do you think now it's like, well, we're going in the summer, so it doesn't matter?
Who's going to AC Milan?
Daniel Amarty.
Wow, good move from him. Is he in English? Is he English or is he Ghanaian?
Well, he could turn into the Ghanaian Maldini, John. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Wow. That's a big move for Amarty.
That's
a big move for him, man. I didn't know that. I love Italian football, but
no, they are in talks with Amarty's agent, so we'll see where that goes.
Wow. But what about, I was going to say as well, but I'll tell you one player I'll be very disappointed if you use, mate. It's really disappointing to you. And that's your Tillemans. Yeah, that guy, I've not been fired.
Man's slow.
He's a disgrace. He's an absolute disgrace. Yeah.
He's leaving in the summer. Apparently, Roma's after him.
Yeah, on a free signing as well, apparently. I heard that today. And
so,
you know what? I think you do well at Roma.
I'm not surprised.
Not surprised at all. But he's not playing for an English club, by the way. Would I take him? Would I take Tillemans at Newcastle? No, I wouldn't. There's no way. I know people's going to say, but Eddie, but Eddie can take it into a great manager. Well, no, I'm not having him. I watched him twice when he played against us, like 180 minutes of football. And I'll tell you what, I hope he plays tomorrow, because I tell you what, he's going to be overrun by our midfield, I'm telling you. Yeah,
he can't bloody run, John. He can't keep anybody up.
That's the thing. Joe Linton on him. Cool. Do you know what I mean? But I think Tillemans is a disgrace. I mean, you get a relegation dogfight, you got to show your fight and passion.
There's no commitment within that team. It's like they've gave up, John. I mean, the confidence is on the floor. And it's like there's no fight. I mean, they talk on LCFC TV and all that, saying we want to show fights in these games. We're confident going into these last 2 games. That's just talk. That's just media BS. It's what you show on a football pitch that matters to the fans. If you really are up for this battle and looking at it, dropping points to Leeds, dropping points to Everton, losing to Bournemouth, losing twice to Southampton. We lost twice to Bournemouth in the season, actually. I mean, we lost to a Chelsea side twice, who's really struggling now. I mean,
Chelsea side in 30, yeah.
Leicester, when we seem to concede 1 goal, we're on the floor, John. Teams run all over us. I mean, we don't like being pressed. We don't like being harried. And Newcastle's pressure, that was a big turning point on Boxing Day when you could see the defence were getting confused. Like, who wants the ball? We just stood there and Newcastle's got 2 players on and I'm thinking, just get rid of it, man. But, it's like we get the ball on the halfway line, but we don't look forward enough. We're too busy taking the ball back into defence. And then we're right under pressure. But Liverpool, they started getting in that game, didn't they? And then, they fully put us in the sort. Could have had 3 by half time. But Leicester have let too many players get too old and too many got injured and no cover. Yeah, I don't feel we're strengthened enough.
I agree.
You lot was awful against us. Great assist from Maddison, though. Agreed. Callum, who do you support, mate? I'm kind of confused who you support. It'd be good to know. But John, do you see realistically now that Leicester City are going down to the Championship?
I hate to tell you, my guy. I think you will, mate. I think Everton are gonna. I think Everton. I mean,
Everton have got the best game.
They got the best game, but the thing is, so it's in their hands. Yeah,
but they're at home as well, so it makes it more better for them.
It does. It does. I mean, Leeds need to beat Tottenham. No ifs, no buts against a poor
you're a Bournemouth fan.
It's a Bournemouth fan. I like.
Congratulations to Gary O'Neill and his team for proving all the odds. And they all got wrote off. And Callum, you've had a great season, mate. And hats off to Bournemouth and Gary O'Neill. Leicester losing their financial support because of COVID. Impact on duty-free business is a key to in their ability to invest. Yes. Leicester City are going down as much as my preference would have been Everton. Agreed. Yeah, I think after that Fulham game for me, John, the 5-3 battering at Craven Cottage, I mean, if they can put 5 past us, it shows how leaky we are for goals. We can see goals like it's nobody's business. And that it's shocking to even say. I hate the position that we're in. As a fan, it hurts because I'm passionate about my club. But Newcastle have been in that position themselves, haven't they, John, under Mike Ashley?
Not once, but twice. And that's down to him because he didn't invest enough. Yeah, he's got no ambition at the football club at the time. And we had 2 near misses as well. And there you go. You look at his record as owner, 15-year of Mike Ashley. Yeah, 2 allegations, 2 near misses, right? He's happy finishing 17th every single season.
Don't tell me that.
I speak to Leslie today, and I have to agree with that. All that he's interested in Sports Direct, and that is it. He has missed an opportunity. Yeah, 15 years of that, right? Then new owners came in, 18 months gets in Champions League.
Does he own Coventry Stadium, Mark Ashley?
I've heard he has actually. I mean, the phrase has. Instead of phrase, he's a part of that sort of thing. So they have to stadium now, and if you know what I mean. But hey ho. But I tell you something now, right? I mean, I'm glad he's gone. He should have gone years ago. He should have put the club so years and years ago and give us our club back. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to lie. I mean, look, 18 months it took our new owners and Eddie Howe to get us Champions League back to where we belong. It can work. 3 years. I thought it was going to be 3 years, right? 3 years. To get
smash a like, guys. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Go and check out both channels. Appreciate that. John, we're going to get on to the big game, mate. Leicester travel to Tyneside tomorrow night to take on Newcastle in the Monday night football. Are you at the game, John?
I'm not, I'm afraid, mate, because it's on a Monday night and I'm not going to get time off. I've got 14 days left, so I don't want to be wasting more holidays yet. But Monday is difficult. I have to take 2 days off if I do go up for the match. But someone's got my season tickets, and he's happy to go. I know him very well. and cool. But next season, I'll be back.
Yep. Big game. Results went for Leicester this weekend with Leeds losing to West Ham. Everton dropping points at Wolves. It really looks like it's in Leicester's hands, but we've been in this position before where it's been in our hands, where we should have beat Leeds, should have beat Everton, should have beat Bournemouth, should have beat all these other teams, but we've never got the job done. This one is a dangerous game, and this one is a very difficult task. We're playing a Newcastle side who are very good at home. Johnny, you won beaten at home, is that right?
No, we lost 2 games this season. Liverpool,
you've only lost 2.
Yeah, Liverpool and Arsenal.
Bloody hell, so... But you're on form at the minute, though, aren't you?
Yeah. We won last Thursday, obviously, and drew the one before that as well.
Drew
but
Leeds, yeah.
At the ending, we won it against Brighton. But we need to keep going. We need to keep going in the games. We haven't done that yet. But I think we're going to be too strong for you, mate, because at the end of the day, we are playing so well, defending properly. I think it's going to be really difficult. The atmosphere is going to be electric. Yeah. And it's going to be very difficult for you guys. But at the end of the day, all we need is a point. And your side, if you get a point tomorrow, it'd be a big point for us. A massive point for you. It's going into the West Ham game, right? Takes you to 31. Then you're going to have to win against West Ham. You have to win. Simple as that. But saying that, unfortunately, on another day, another way, fine. But because you've got something to play for, we must get some Champions League. We can't bottle this at all. But ask you a question, Jack. If Newcastle messed up from now to the Chelsea game and Liverpool overhauled us and we got 5th instead, do you think we bottled it? Would you call Newcastle bottle jobs like Arsenal do?
It's a tough one, isn't it? I mean, you've been in the position for a while now where you are. Some people would say you bottled it. I won't call you bottle job, but you would say you bottled it, wouldn't you, if you did finish 5th or 6th? But as a team for Newcastle, you wasn't expected to be up there this season. Let's be honest. Liverpool, Man City, Man United, teams like that should have been up there, even Chelsea. But on credit to Newcastle, Brighton, Aston Villa, they're all up there because they deserve to be up there, John. Fighting for Europe. Tottenham, nah. I don't even want to get into that subject regarding Spurs, but this one's a very difficult game for Leicester. It's a lot of stairs to climb to the away end. It's a long travel, Newcastle, but I will be there tomorrow night cheering the boys on. There's about 1,300 plus going. So this one, I want to see the Foxes fight. I want to see that passion, that commitment, what we've not seen all season. But we can't open too much because if we open too much, Newcastle are going to break us on the attack. Newcastle are a very good side. They want Champions League football. They're a point off, but they'll want 3 points. It's their last home game of the season. Yeah. And they'll want to put on a show. And I think we're playing Newcastle at the wrong time, John, to be fair. Yeah. I'm worried, John. I ain't confident. I'm not confident going into this game. I watched you against Brighton. You tore them apart. You tore Spurs apart 6-1. And you're thinking, this could be a long night for Leicester City Football Club at Newcastle. We've been here before with you in the Cup, where it didn't really work out first half for you in the Cup. The second half, you came out, you dominated. And for me, this one, you just hope we can get something out of the game as a Leicester fan, because the likely of it is we'll get nothing. But in football, you never know. But we've got to take our chances. It's about taking your chances, but we've got to defend at the right times. I mean, if Newcastle score first and score very early on, our heads are going to be down. The confidence is way shot at the minute. And, you're going to run all over us, John, to be fair. No disrespect. But, yeah, this one is an ever so difficult game. It's not a fixture I wanted at this point of the season. It's not where you want to go. But, yeah, I'm expecting a lot of goals, John. And at least we're not going to be relegated on Monday night. We thought
That's
we could have been if Everton had won or Leeds could have won, but they didn't. But it gives Leicester that bit of relief. But if we can get something great, but for me, I ain't expecting anything out of the game, to be fair, John. I can just live in hope that we survive this season. But what's your initial thoughts on the game, John, mate? We'll go into team selection and that later. We'll go into a few stats and that soon. But what's your initial thoughts ahead of the game, mate?
Thing is, right, as long as you don't get beat, we get Champions League. But the way we're playing at the minute, I could see only one outcome yet. I really do. I mean, look, if you look at it, right, our back four are quite mean. We don't consider lots of goals, especially at St. James's Park. Yeah, we don't really. I think he scored letting 3 goals once. That is it. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I think we're going in confidence. The way we dismantled Brighton,
mega tough.
I think that is not good news for you guys. You know what I mean? But we were excellent against Brighton.
And that's a very good Brighton side.
Very good Brighton side. Even though players like McAllister
it could be a cricket skill.
Wow. For you lot, I hope it's not. But for us,
you're going to open us up like a pack of crisps, John. Let's be honest. You're going to press us from the start. You're not going to allow us to space. You're not going to allow us time on the ball. You're going to be getting at us. You're going to show that fight, what you've been showing all season. But will the Leicester players' heads be lost in the game before we even come out? Because the war flags and all that and the atmosphere, is it going to be the occasion that's going to get to them, the players, do you reckon? Do you think that's where you're going to have the big advantage tomorrow night?
I think so. I mean, look, at the end of the day, our fans have been absolutely fantastic. I mean, the atmosphere, we get behind the fans, we get ourselves sorted out. You know what I mean? There's such an intimidating place at St. James's Park now.
Not lost a night game under the lights, bloody hell.
No, we haven't.
Fills me with confidence, that does.
If you look at Eddie Howe's record under the lights, I think he's 10 wins, 2 draws, haven't lost under the lights. That's with us at the minute. But I tell you what, man, I think it's going to be a long night for you. I think you're going to start. If we start like we did against Tottenham, if we start like we did against Brighton, if we start like we did in most games, it'll be fine. We came back from a goal then against Southampton in the second half, and I knew we'd come back.
You battered Everton.
Absolutely battered. We did batter Everton as well with Isak's lovely piece of skill, and West Ham as well. We've been slapping teams 4s and 5s and 6s.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? But we just got to keep doing it. We've got to keep doing it, slapping teams up. Do you know what I mean? And if that means Leicester as well, I'm sorry, you've got to have to do it. If you want to get Champions League, then
you got to do what you've got to do.
Exactly. If the roles are reversed, if Leicester top of the table, we're near the bottom, right? I don't expect us to beat you guys if you're doing well. Do you know what I mean? I'd say it's like the same thing as you.
Went in Leicester's favour. They move out of the relegation space. That's the only positive we've got to take into tomorrow's game. That's the only positive we've got. It's in our hands, you could say, and a win would take us out the relegation zone.
Yeah.
On goal difference, which that's a positive point. We go into the game tomorrow, second from bottom, 3 points from safety, shot of confidence. The confidence is on the floor. We've got a squad who you feel are not giving what they should, and you've got a club that's in a mess. And I just don't feel we've got enough bite, enough fight, enough about us to go in even. You feel beat Newcastle. I don't think we've got what Newcastle's got, that fight and that energy, that team spirit and that. We're not a togetherness. It's like we're individuals, and that's something that we need to work on. But I don't think this is the game that you don't want that happening, because Newcastle will open us up. I'm expecting that. I'm expecting us to. Do you know what, John? I put 11 buses in front of that goal tomorrow, meaning Leicester would get a draw. But you can't bloody bring 11 Arrivas into the stadium, can you, to help Leicester out?
A bully. But you know what it is? We can't give it a charity side. They didn't give it to us under Steve Bruce. They didn't give it to us under Steve McClaren. They didn't give it us
in my head, I'm expecting a battering.
Well,
and that shows that we ain't confident. Leicester fans, most would say we're going down, but it's that little bit of hope, John, in it that you always cling on to as a football fan when you're in these positions, that you hope things can go in your favour and you can do it for yourselves. But that's something the players have got to prove. Words are nothing. It's actions that matter. And that's something we've got to do. I'm out of here. You're so negative. It's bad enough seeing the players' attitude. Would be nice. Feel some positivity from one of these Leicester channels.
Do you know what it is, right?
I want to be positive, but this season it's kind of it's shook me, innit? The way things have gone, Steve. To be fair, mate, I'm not a negative person. I like bringing positive vibes. It's just in the position we're in. I don't mean to come across as negative, but you know, I hope we can go and do something at Newcastle. But it's the hope that kills you, innit? But
I agree. The thing is, right? I mean, the things at the end of the day, you got to say it how it is. You got to say it how it is. Have your opinions. You know what I mean? It's not being negative. It's just speaking facts.
You just care about your football club.
There's three people who speak stats, right, on the different podcasts, right? It's Lee Gunner, Kenny Ken, and Jez. Those three speaks totally facts, and that's why I like them. There's not having a go at people. They just say that how it is.
Last game. It's just passion at the end of the day. You want the best for your football club, but it's difficult, John. You know, if we played Southampton again, you'd say, okay, then we'll potentially get something out of that game. But we said that twice against Southampton. But it's the mindset that the negativity comes from this season because it's imploded, isn't it? The attitude from the players, the Brendan Rodgers saga. It's brought negativity on the fans, hasn't it, John? And it does when football clubs are in that position, doesn't it, John, to be fair?
Yeah, all it is, right? I mean, look, I'm sure fans cannot be happy with their performance, yeah? I can't lie. All it is, right? I mean, you can't be happy. If you're at the bottom of the table and not performing, you can't be happy. You cannot be happy. You've got to say it how it is, yeah? And you just can't say it quiet. You can't keep quiet. You've got to say something. You have to have an opinion, do you know what I mean? And just say how it is. It's not having a go at people. It's just stating the facts, do you know what I mean? For me, if it was in your position, right, I think a lot of people would be the same. But you know what it is? Just got to say how it is. Call it out. And if it ain't right, something needs to be said. But that's just having a go. Steve, you're watching me. Jack's not having a go at you, right? He's just saying, he's just speaking the truth, just being honest. You know what I mean?
I'm just talking about the whole situation. I'm not being negative towards myself. It's just the way it's how the season's gone and the way things are. I mean, you know, how can you be confident if everything's just this season's been negative? I mean, you know. The only positive, like I say, is Leeds, the results that we could get out of the relegation zone this Monday night. But that's probably the only positive. But, John, let's look at head-to-head. 3rd to 19th, played 36, won 19. You have. We've won 8, drawn 12, drawn 6. 5 losses all season for you lot, 22 for Leicester. What's your thoughts on them stats, John?
I was going to say it looks great. I mean, I can't see the bottom bit now. I mean, Jackson, big up to you, Mighty Mag, man. You hope you're okay. Yeah, I mean, look at stats as well. I mean, it's been fantastic. 19 wins, 12 draws, 5 defeats. I mean, you've drawn too many though. That's the thing. But those draws, half of those drawn points, we could have done better, like Leeds. I mean, needed to beat Leeds away, home and away. We needed to beat Palace home and away. We needed to beat Bournemouth home and away. But it just hasn't happened. That's why you've drawn too many games. The 5 defeats, look, cracking teams. Twice of Liverpool, okay. That game away, we deserved to win that game at Anfield. It didn't happen. 3-1 up against City, only drew. But Aston Villa, they were too good for us. It is what it is, but I'm happy for the season. Do you know what I mean? We're 19 games so far this season. And at the end of the day, it's league positions as well. At the end of the day, I'm happy 3rd.
Yeah, I agree with what Martin Mag said about the situation with Leicester. I've got to say you have some strength coming on here in the position you are in. And your attitude, if your players was half as dedicated as you, you'd be flying. I would.
Agree.
Except Red Bull doesn't give you wings, does it? Even though it says it does. You know, I just wish the players had bottle. I wish they had the passion what the fans have got. I wish they had the fighting talk that the fans have got. But it just doesn't seem to be that way. And we're in the position we are because we deserve to be in the position we are. There's no lies about it. It's real life.
It is.
It's not a technicality. We're there. We're there because we've not been good enough this season. That's not being negative. That's just stating true facts.
Yeah, absolutely. It's true facts sort of thing. I mean, the table don't lie. I mean, if you don't perform right, then it's got to be said. If you're a TV pundit, right, like the Shearers of this world, well, I'm not going to mention.
You've got to be honest about your football club.
That's what you get paid for. But the thing is, right, the difference is they get paid to make an opinion. We make an opinion. We don't get paid for it at all whatsoever. Do you know what I mean? But we just having a go. We're just saying how it is. Like about my team, if we play well, that is great.
I'll applaud them if they play well. I'll even come out and say it.
It's got to be called out, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? It's got to be called out. If
performances are as bad and that is the all, then you've got to call it out. And you pay your money and you have a right for an opinion. People might think it comes across negative, but you're just a passionate fan at the end of the day who loves your football club. And that's what hurts, the position that we're in. John,
exactly.
Premier League head-to-head, mate. 31 played, 14 to you lot, 12 to us, and 5 draws.
Yeah, I mean, look, just ahead of use as well, which I think is good. I mean, I reckon that KP is not exactly great, I can't lie. We got beat off use 5-0 on Steve Bruce. We lost 4-0 the following last season when Eddie Howe was there. And we were poor that day, I can't lie. But look, at the end of the day, we got a better views. We won that 1-2, the last few games against you. I mean, 2-1 when Guimaraes Boulanger scored in the 95th minute. We won 3-0 at KP, Boxing Day. We beat you in the Carling Cup at home. And hopefully tomorrow.
John, last time out in the Premier League, mate, a 3-0 win at the King Power Stadium, a comfortable win for you lot. Yeah, what could you say about that Boxing Day win, John? I mean, wasn't good by Leicester, 3-0 down at half-time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I tell you what, we were brilliant that day. Okay, the penalty is definitely a penalty. And in the second goal, when Miggy got the second after 8 minutes, I'm going to be honest with you, right? When we went 2 goals up, it was game over. I didn't know how Leicester's going to come back into the game. He could have had a penalty, wasn't given. And we got the third goal from a set piece corner, and Joe Linton headed it in the back of the net. 3-0 up, game over. And if we wanted to score more than at the day, we could have done.
Yep. Next one, head-to-head Premier League stats at St James's Park. Played 15. You've won 8. We've won 6. Drawn 1, John.
Yeah, I mean, that's cool, man. I mean, that's really good. We got a good home record against you guys. And yeah, you winning some games before. You got a good record as well at St James's as well. But again, we got an upper hand on these now. And yeah, just now we've got Eddie in charge, you on ship. It's going to be tough. I think St James's is going to be tough.
Yeah, interesting stats. Last 5 Premier League games head-to-head. Yeah.
You got a good record.
Interesting stuff, John. You beat us last April.
Yes.
It's St James's Park when we came back from PSV, I think it was. I think we played you lot. And yeah, the goal from Guimaraes, was it? Guimaraes scored twice.
He scored twice. They won in the 95th minute and they win the game. And, you know, look, at the end of the day, I mean, we needed to win that game and we did.
Yeah, I want Newcastle to win, but obviously be upset about it because I want Leicester to stay up. Yeah, this is it, John, isn't it? Football is madness at times, and
It is. It's a mug skin, but
the end of the day, you'll support your team through thick and thin, like I will. I'll go home and away still, no matter what league we're in or anything like that. You know, it's a roller coaster. You're a fan for life, and yeah, it's through the good times and the bad. You'll always back your lads, and it's exactly that. Last time out at St James's Park, John. There it is, mate. Yeah, the 2-1 win. I think we took the lead. We should have had more goals, let's be honest, but we couldn't put the bloody ball away. Tillman should have took Joe Willock out, but he didn't. You wouldn't have scored that second if he did, but yeah, we threw it away. We was a team at that point, John, where we were conceding in the 95th minute nearly bloody every game in the 90-odd minutes, and yeah, Newcastle made us pay.
Absolutely. I mean, look, you just keep playing till the whistle finish, and it did, but you got a goal in the end. And I think, if memory serves us rightly, I think we were safe from the Premier League anyway, so which is great. And again, another 3 points on the day. Eddie's done well, and yeah, move forward through.
John, will I be able to get a photo tomorrow, according to Max on top?
I'm not going, mate, I'm afraid, but I'll be back next season. When I'm back next season, come and find us, and then we do it together. I'm happy to, and also do a quick interview as well.
Guys, smash a like if you've enjoyed the stream so far. Sorry if you do feel that I'm being negative. It's just the way things have panned out this season. I don't want it to be negative, of course. I want my team to win every game they go into, but with the situation that it is, I don't think there's much to be positive about. Subscribe to the channel, guys, if you can. Really appreciate it. Get the numbers up. Subscribe to John Sinclair TV as well. Help him get to 5,000 subscribers.
Need 2021 now.
21. John, we'll start with you first, mate, because you're the home team. Starting 11, mate. What are you going for? Willock's injured, isn't he?
Well, according to the reports, they say he's had a knock, but I'm not going to buy anything to that. I think he's out for the season because he didn't look good going off. But for me, Sean Longstaff is going to be out for the season. Jacob Murphy is doubtful as well. So for me, it'll be Nick Pope and goal. Right back will be Kim Trippier. On the other side, Dan Burn. The two centre-backs is going to be Fabian Schär and his partner in crime, Sven Botman. The midfield three is going to be Bruno Guimaraes, Joe Linton, and it looks like Elliot Anderson is going to come in. And the three up front is going to be Miggy Almiron, Callum Wilson up front, and I've got a feeling it's going to be Isak again. So it's going to be 4-3-3 with Isak playing wide on the left. So that's going to be my 4-3-3. But I would not be surprised if ASM comes in place of Isak.
Interesting. Leicester team tomorrow. I think we're going to go Iverson in goal. I think we'll go Ricardo, Castagna, Wout Fass, and Johnny Evans. I'd want to see Papi Mendy in there. I think we'll play Boubakary Samori. And then we'll have the midfield three of Maddison, Barnes, and I tell you what, I'm going to go Iheanacho. Iheanacho and Vardy up front.
That'd be interesting.
Because Iheanacho's now come back from injury, so I guess that'd be an interesting one, to be fair. Kel's a good player. Jack is an undercover Geordie. Do you know what? I was scouting Newcastle against Brighton. You know, I was doing my Leicester reporting. Jack, how many fans are you bringing up tomorrow? 1,300 plus, I believe. 2-1 Leicester tomorrow and a win against West Ham to send the Everton down. You frozen or thinking about the championship? Well, I don't know about that, but guys, get your score predictions in. Let me know which way you think this one's going in at St James's Park as the Foxes travel to Tyneside in the Monday Night Football. John, we'll start with you, mate. Score prediction, pal. What are you going for?
I think it's going to be a long night for you, my guy. I think it's going to be 3-0 to Newcastle, and that's being gentle. But I think it could get a lot messy for you guys. But I'm going 3-0. We're going to miss a lot of chances, I've got a feeling. But that would be enough to get us Champions League.
Yep, understandable. Leicester. I'm still grabbing onto that little bit of hope, John, to be fair, mate. My head, no comment. My heart, I'm going to say 1-1 draw. And I think I'm going to go 1-1, John. I think I'll take a point tomorrow night.
That'd be enough for us.
A 1-1 point for one point each. I mean, it'd help us both out, surely. Yeah. But John, thank you for coming on, mate. Really appreciate it. And good luck for the rest of the season. After tomorrow night, obviously, you've only got one game left, but good luck in that. And good luck in the Champions League, John. Hope it goes really well for you, mate. Go and enjoy it, mate. You deserve it.
Thank you very much indeed. I hope we do. It's been a long time, 20 years it's been to get Champions League, and it's well worth it at the end of the day. But hey, just love it. Absolutely brilliant. What a brilliant season. It's been fantastic. And I've got to say congrats to Eddie Howell and the team. And yeah, what can I say? And yeah.
John, tell everyone where they can find you, mate, before you go.
Okay. Thank you very much indeed. And all the Leicester fans in the chat, you have been absolutely fantastic. Made us welcome. You could please do find us on TikTok, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitch. It's John Sinclair TV. Not bothered about Twitch as much. If you go John Sinclair 50 on my Insta, and if you go John_NEFC42 on social media on Twitter, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, it's John Sinclair TV. Please hit that subscribe button, please. It's free, and I'm 21, 22 away from getting 5,000. So please, please hit that subscribe button. I think I've been great to you guys, and if you do that, everyone helps us. That'd be amazing. Thank you very much.
Cheers, John, mate. Thank you for coming on, pal.
You too. Take care.
That was John from John Sinclair TV. Great guest tonight. Yeah, big night ahead on the Toon then for the Foxes. I'll happily take a point now. I'll snap your hand off for it. I'm going to go 1-1 tomorrow night. I'm going to go with a heart. It's the hope that kills you, innit? So I'm going to go with a 1-1. I'm going to back the boys tomorrow night. As always, you know how it is. I'll be at St. James's Park tomorrow night. So if you see me, come and give me your predictions. Come and have a chat about Leicester. Come and let me know what you think. And yeah, thank you to everybody who has joined tonight. Really appreciate it as always. Smash the like, guys, if you can. Let's try and get past them 10 likes. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed already and you're new to the Final Whistle. Please hit the subscribe button. Push the notification bell. It'd be really much appreciated. And what's coming up on the Final Whistle then? So we've got the MatchDay vlog out. And there it is. We did that today. The WSL safety goes to the final game of the season. The MatchDay vlog is out on the channel as I went to watch Leicester City women against West Ham today. And I also met former Fox and had a chat with Paul Konchesky. Yeah, go and check that out. Go and smash a like on it. Drop a comment on it as well. Be really much appreciated. What's coming up on the Final Whistle? So I've got the MatchDay vlog out tomorrow after the game. So keep your eyes peeled for that one. The match review is going to be coming out as well. We'll have the match preview for West Ham, the final game of the season. We'll have the Premier League predictions, which is the very last one of the season. So join us all for that. Busy on the Final Whistle. You know how it is. So Luke, Defo. Thank you, Alan, for coming in, mate. Madison doesn't even play for your club anymore. 2-1 Leicester, probably because he's leaving. This was a big turning point when Madison missed that penalty to make it 3-1 to Leicester. Later, Jack, and all in the chat. Appreciate that. Can't believe the Waters. Come on. Yeah, safe journey tomorrow, Jack. Appreciate that, mighty man. And thank you to everybody who's watching. This is Jack from the Final Whistle saying, have a good rest of the evening, everyone. And come on the fucking Foxes for tomorrow. Take care, everyone, and bye-bye for now.